I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Yes or no? Did you ever take banned substances to enhance your cycling performance?
Yes.
I had no prior knowledge of the planned assault on Nancy Kerrigan.
I am deeply sorry for my irresponsible and selfish behavior I engaged in.
2025, guys, there's something you want to do. I'm going to tell you something. Do it. Don't wait because it might not be there tomorrow. My name is Ryan, and I bought tickets to see Tommy Richmond a couple months ago. This upcoming Monday, Mr. $1 Million Baby. In the past, I would have been like, oh, someday. Some days now. Order your tickets. Call your dad and make amends. Do what you need to do to make things better. Do what you need to do something that you maybe haven't ever done before. My name is Ryan. I'm here with Oops. Hopefully that inspires you to do something. I'm sitting here with Mr. Gallerati.
Thank you, Lynch. Who is Tommy Richmond?
I never meant to admit, baby. Do no wrong, gotta run a bit. Cause I was a big dan. I did the $1 Million Baby. I did hell no. I never really meant, baby. Do no wrong, I'm not right or wrong, cause I'm a man, baby.
I don't know it.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Don't be, don't be. No?
Okay, yes. I know it. I know this. Does he have other songs?
Yeah, they're not really on the radio, but I'm obsessed with him. I work out. Like, I listen to him so much.
Hilarious.
I love him. Yeah, and I got 2 tickets for like $20. And so I was like, I'm just going to buy the tickets. And then I just invited a friend. I was like, do you want to go on this random Monday? And my friend Clint.
Good old Clint.
He's coming with me to the concert. But I'm obsessed with him. And it was one of those purchases where I was like, you love him. Just go see him. Yeah. He's performing at Webster Hall.
Oh, amazing. So it's funny. I have like a very parallel purchase where a similar venue size, similar situation with the artist code. I was trying to book tickets to see this guy, Davey. He's a Spanish trap guy.
I've heard of Davey.
And it also like in my little TikTok thing, I do a lot of his songs. So it's on my birthday, which is awesome. And I was like, oh, I don't have the artist code. Then I was like, wait a second, do I? I look on his story. There it is. I'm like, oh, amazing. Got 2 tickets. It's sold out, but I got them. So we're cooking, and it's funny that it's on my birthday, and everybody's constantly, dude, the amount of people who are like, oh my God, I'm going to see you at the show. I'm going to show up.
It's your show.
I'm going to show up to this show as like a side plot, as a side character, side mission.
That's pretty sick.
Not that that's why I want to go, but anyway, that'll be fun. So
yeah,
pumped about that.
But yeah, just pulling trigger on things, especially things that like, you spend $30 on a planner. Like you can spend $30 on an experience. So I was with friends a couple weeks ago, and we went out for dinner in Chinatown. It was very cheap, and we're like, okay, this isn't an expensive night. Fuck it, let's buy tickets to a random weeknight Yankees game early in the season. $19 after fees, and now we have something to do. And that's just how you should kind of fill your calendar if there's a little open space.
That's crazy. Have Yankee tickets always been that affordable?
They can, especially in April, but you can go see a matinee. Not a matinee, a marquee matchup like Dodgers Yankees for $50.
And what was the thing you were saying before?
I was gonna say matinee and marquee.
Matinee.
The matinee is an afternoon. A manatee.
That's like a clapter.
Yeah.
Well, manatee.
A manatee.
Yeah,
You
nice.
can see a manatee. Yeah, Yankees games they're not as expensive as the boomers say that they are. The way my dad talked about going to a Yankees game when I was little made it seem like it cost like $10,000 a ticket.
I know.
And now I buy tickets and I'll be like, Dad, you want to go? Like I already got the tickets, and it's like $70 total. It's pretty fine for a major league,
bro.
For a whole event for the day.
How many people does Yankee Stadium seat?
My guess is I think 40 something.
That's crazy.
But the thing is, when you go so early in the season, no one's there. So we bought the cheapest tickets possible, and then we're gonna hop around and sit wherever we want because security is not as strict. 46,537. I think they fit 50 in there during the playoffs.
Crazy.
But yeah, we're gonna get bleacher seats, and we're gonna go sit wherever we want. We're gonna sit in seats that typically cost like a couple $100.
Amazing.
That I go every April, at least one game, and that's always the case. So
Yeah.
just pull trigger.
Yeah, we
not
used to
that
go, dude, and same. I just thought it was so expensive, and my dad was always trying to like figure out how to get tickets for free. So I'm like, now I'm finding out they're $19. I'm like, dude, like,
Yeah.
you know how much time you spent trying to not spend $19 is worth more than the $19.
Yeah.
But whatever. We went to a bunch of games and I was good. It was really fun. I went to Beanie Baby Day.
Really?
I have the Beanie Baby and the card, and yeah, some of the like souvenirs. So
Beanie
cool.
Babies, dude.
saw Shane Spencer hit a grand slam.
Really?
It's pretty sweet.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't know Shane Spencer.
Oh, yeah.
Was he a good guy?
I don't even like no. I mean, he had like a good year the year that they won the World Series in 1998. Slightly before your time.
It's pretty cool though.
You were a young man.
You don't forget that. You saw the Grand Slam. You don't forget
cool.
that.
It was cool.
It's a good memory.
I'm sure I saw some other cool shit too that I don't remember. But yeah, we used to go to baseball a fair amount. I probably went to like 4 or 5 games as a kid. And then I went to Fenway Park in college once. That was sick. It's a good place to see. I know it's the enemy, but it's a good place to see a game. And we went to see Mets games too. So
Nice. I haven't been over to Citi Field yet. I heard it's a really nice stadium. And Steve Cohen's building out a whole mall and restaurant, hotel, casino area out there. It's going to probably be open around 2030 or something. He's
So
doing big things.
they knocked down Shea Stadium and rebuilt it, or they just like redid it and called it Citi Field.
I'm pretty sure they definitely built a new stadium and they knocked down Shea. I think it's similar to what they did with Yankee Stadium. I think they built it literally. If you were to take Shea Stadium and flip it
Right.
across the street, that's where it is.
And that's what they did with the Yankees.
That's what they did with Yankee Stadium. They turned the old Yankee Stadium into a public park. It's beautiful. It's a great public park.
It's funny. So to give you an idea of how long it's been since I've been to a game, I've been to Shea Stadium and the old Yankee Stadium, but I have not been to the new field for either. For it's been a minute.
Yeah, a lot of my friends that grew up going as kids to Yankee Stadium always say that there's not as much aura. You can feel the lack of history in the new stadium. I've heard only great things about Citi Field, even from diehard Mets fans. But I went once to the old Yankee Stadium just because my dad was like, I want you to be able to have been here once and say that you've been here once. I'm really grateful for that. But the new Yankee Stadium it's very concrete-y.
So yeah. Why did they redo it? Was it more seats?
I think they want to put in more seats, and it was too much money to renovate again. So they renovated Yankee Stadium, the OG one, I think 3 or 4 times. And I think the 4th renovation, I don't know. But I just know that they were trying to upgrade it, and the cost of renovating the current stadium, it didn't make sense. So they were like, let's build a brand new one. And it's beautiful. It's fantastic. But I've only heard from diehard fans that have been to the OG one that it's not the same. I do remember that the hallways around the stadium were very narrow and thin. And they were basically like, you couldn't see the field at all. Whereas now it's very open and there's very few areas with completely obstructed views. So, but yeah, definitely worth checking out.
Interesting. Well, dude, the Playboi Carti album is out. I don't know if you've listened to it, if it's on your radar.
No.
This is an album that we've been waiting for a very long time, to the point where like people started just giving up. I think the last album he put out was a Whole Lotta Red, which I believe came out in the winter of 2020. I think Christmas Day 2020, if I recall. Great album. When it came out, people hated it. It was very polarizing, but I think it's aged really well.
That's correct.
That's exactly right. Anyway, his new album just came out. It's called I Am Music. It's 30 tracks, which is crazy. And to me, it's unbelievable. Again, very polarizing. I have friends who absolutely hate it. They hate it so much that they're angry. I've actually never seen anything like that, dude. I've never seen someone hate something so much that they're angry when it comes to me. Like, who cares? Just don't like it, whatever. Anyway, I think it's great, though. And to me, it's like hip-hop needed a little oomph, needed some wind into the sails, something new, something different.
These are great features.
It's an amazing album.
Did this just come out within the last?
Like a few days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking amazing.
My brother saw him live and was very close, and he jumped out, and my brother his foot touched my brother's head or something. Yeah.
I also saw him live. He's in my Florida video. Where did your brother see him?
Somewhere in New Jersey, 2019 or something like that.
Crazy. But anyway, yeah, this guy, what an interesting career. I mean, he was sort of like one of A$AP Rocky's guys. Like he was on those Cozy tapes, which is like the A$AP Mob would make these albums. So he was sort of like hanging with the New York guys, but then he also was hanging out with the Southern guys, and maybe was kind of from the South, but was originally from New York. It's kind of unclear. At some point, he just became this like fringe, dark figure who, when I look at him, he's one of the few people where I can't imagine what his day is like. I'm like, does this guy just sleep in a coffin? Like, I literally don't know, bro. The rollout for the album has been great. He was just releasing snippets on his Instagram of videos and then like taking them down, and they would live on YouTube, like on random accounts, not even on his account, like a 30-second snippet. And he'd play those songs at his concerts and people would know every word of stuff that wasn't released.
That's awesome.
It was sick, dude.
That's God level. I'll give the album a full listen.
Hard.
I'll give it a full listen.
There's something for everybody on there too. If you're open to sort of like the quirkiness of Playboi Carti, like it's pretty versatile, which a friend of mine was saying, I don't think I would describe Playboi Carti as versatile. And while that's fair, the album still is versatile.
I'll give it a full listen.
Better be. 30
Those
fucking
features are pretty
songs.
great.
Have you guys been looking for a natural way to relieve aches and discomfort? Well, the CBD gummies from Cornbread Hemp are formulated to work with your body, not against it.
And that's important.
It is, man.
You want something that fits the vibe that you're trying to go for. I know after a long day of writing, doing some stand-up, filming some videos, doing a little potting, it's nice to have something help you chill out a little bit. And so that's why I always enjoy using the Cornbread peach-flavored CBD gummies.
They're delicious.
They're delicious. They're too delicious. It feels
My
like
favorite,
candy.
But you were saying, too, you take it before you cook sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I take it before, right before that, just so I can unwind and be present.
Double relaxation. Cooking is relaxing, as are these CBD gummies.
Yeah, we love cornbread. So it's formulated to help relieve discomfort, stress, and sleeplessness. And all the products are third-party lab tested and USDA organic to ensure safety and purity. So we endorse that highly. So right now, Oops listeners can save 30% off their first order. Just head to cornbreadhemp.com/oops. Use code OOPS at checkout. That's cornbreadhemp.com/oops and use code OOPS. So when we started recording, this piece of thread was poking out of my sock. Mm-hmm. Do you think that at this length, it's worth pulling out or just cutting? Do you think I'd be able to get it out in one pull, or do you think it's going to continue and double in length on my second string pull?
Are you going to wrap it around your finger before you do it?
Like, is there a way if I pull really hard, you think it's more likely to break? Or am I going to really fuck it?
So this is the thing. I think you can get away with it pulling, even if it pulls in a bad way. I don't think you're going to ultimately regret it.
Okay.
But like but cutting it will preserve the most thread.
The scissors right there.
Nice.
Sorry.
Very nice.
Okay.
Nicely done. Good snip. And now you're like, what do I do with this thread?
Put it in my pocket. I'll throw it out later.
So, dude, by the way, thanks to everybody who came to my shows in Chicago. They were really fun. It was the day before St. Patty's Day, which in Chicago is like this big deal. They like dye the river green. Apparently it's patented, the dye. So like no one else knows how to do it. I don't know. But I didn't realize it was such a big holiday there. It's this huge thing, whatever. Had a great week in Chicago. We were talking to Lynch. I was working out of the Barstool office because I had a video that I needed to edit, and I was doing a bunch of press for my special. So I was like, maybe they'll just give me a desk. So they set me up. I had like a great little editing station. It was great. Had a great time, all in all, doing all the shows. Shout out to everybody. But then I got back on Saturday, and I had to go with Hill Dog to a work thing. Like one of our bosses puts on this annual dinner at this place called Bamonte's. Have you heard of it? So it's like a white tablecloth, like OG Italian spot that's like known to have used to be a mob hangout and has been featured in all these TV shows and movies since.
DeMonte's?
Bamonte's.
Bamonte's.
Bamontes.
Continue. Sorry.
And there's all this lore about this restaurant. So it had kind of always been on my radar because I know it's like a novelty spot. And especially if you're into that kind of like classic Italian food, they have all the hits. And apparently it was the first, supposedly, there's all this like supposed firsts. It was the first open kitchen or something because I guess the mobsters wanted to be able to see, to make sure nobody was like poisoning them. They don't want to see some wise guy in the kitchen. You know what I mean? And they claim to have invented chicken parmesan too, which I don't know. Who knows if that doesn't seem likely.
Let him have it.
Really fun. And they did sort of like a themed night. So they wanted everybody to dress up sort of like not like a mobster, but like it was that kind of vibe, like 1950s.
Cultural appropriation. That's what we're doing?
No, like not.
Really cool, Giulio.
Not quite. Dude, I'm Italian. I'm the one who's allowed to appropriate my own culture. So take that, Lynch.
Uno reverse.
Yeah, take that, pal. But
that's pretty cool.
It was it was fun. They had like a guy singing crooner music with a piano, and it was a good time. But yeah, it was a quick turnaround. Like I got back at like 6:30. We had to be at this thing at 7:30, and there's something interesting about spending time with your, wife or girlfriend or whatever's boss. You know what I mean? And like playing it right. Now I know I'm not concerned in these kind of situations, and I definitely wasn't here either. But like, I've heard a lot about all these people, so now I'm like meeting them, and I want to like have a good showing. You know what I mean? And in theory, being relaxed about it guarantees a good showing, but the stakes are a little too high for that. So I was like, I just need to make sure I toe the line perfectly of like being interesting and fun to be around and not like annoying anybody. You know what I mean? So hopefully I accomplished it, but it's something worth thinking about.
Yeah. Do you feel good about performance?
I feel like it went well. Yeah. It's funny. Like it was a family style meal, and I was sitting toward the end of the table, so a lot of the things didn't make it down to me, which was tough. And even like I got a piece of something that I really was excited to eat, and then I got into like this deep combo with like Hillary's boss, and the guy just ended up like taking my food away. Like the waiter just like took it away. And I wanted to be like, no, but I couldn't. You know what I mean?
You can't.
It's just let it rock. And at the end of the day, it's like heavy food, so it's probably a good thing. But I'm glad that I went hard on the things that I did, because I was like, oh man, maybe I shouldn't have like. And like you don't want to have the Delta Lounge situation happen, so like you can't pile on. But I was eating like some of the stuff early on. I'm like, oh, you pace yourself because there's more stuff coming, but I didn't end up getting any of the other stuff. So, but yeah, dude, it was fun.
That is really nice.
Have you ever done that? Have you ever gone to Vic's work events?
I've gone out for dinner and drinks with some of her coworkers and their husbands. I met her boss at the time one time at a holiday party, but never a big group dinner. Where conversation is a little bit more part of the picture. I had a brief conversation with Victoria's boss at the time and her husband, and then they moved on and did their own thing. But I feel confident that I'd be able to hold my own with them. Yeah. Well,
this is interesting too, because this actually, it's not technically a work event. It was like this thing that the boss does every year, and it's like his social group comes. But like he invited some of the other like high level people at the company. So Hilldog got the invite. I think like one or two other people did too. So like it was, it was still like I need to treat it like a work thing for her. But anyway, no, I had a good time, and I felt like I had some good chats with the people and stuff. So
that's great.
Good shit. Yeah.
That's great. That place is in Brooklyn.
Yeah, it's actually pretty close to you, I think.
That's what
South
I have that starred somewhere on my Google Maps.
Oh, interesting. No, it's like I don't even think it's South Williamsburg. I think it's just like Williamsburg. But yeah, there was also like a couple random people there that I knew, which was always like a nice thing. Oh, what's up, dude? What are you doing here?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, no rest, bro. It's like get home, show up, got to go to that. It was obviously fun. Tried to refresh on Sunday a bit as best as you can, but like. When you have I'm at the point where if I have any night at all on Saturday, my Monday is just like slow moving, which is fine. But like, I didn't not drink that much. I had a couple of drinks, like whatever. But like Monday still, I was like, okay, let's go. Fucking had a bunch of shit to do, blah, blah, blah. But whatever. It's Tuesday and we're cooking.
That's great.
Cooking with gas.
Cooking. You have a big week this week?
Yeah, dude, always. Big week every week. I'm getting all my shit ready to go do this shoot, and I need to do a bunch of video editing. Not anything that's that interesting, but tough to like stay on the schedule. I mean, I finished my other video early because I knew that I needed to get cracking on my Alaska stuff, and I just literally don't know when I'm going to do it. I just got to like chip away at it. You know what I mean? It's the only way. But like today, for example, I want to work on it, but I just don't know when I'm going to. I have to go do some of the preliminary shoot stuff for my trip at the end of the month, right after this. And then I have a show in the city at night. So I'm going into the city, back into the city. And like, maybe I'll have an hour or two, hopefully, to like just chip away at it slowly but surely.
The worst is when you have just enough time where you can go back and you can be in the city, then come back home, but then you need to go back into the city.
It's terrible.
And so sometimes I just bring my backpack with me, which if anybody has any good backpack recommendations, please send them to me because I hate the backpack I have. The buckles are loose and it's too big, and I am fearful of ever bumping into Danny.
Yeah, it's funny. The backpack is tough because that's a good backpack as far as utility goes. Like I can tell it fits a lot of stuff in it. The better looking ones just like don't fit stuff. So like if you're fine with that, then great. But if you're not, then you'll be amazed at how quickly your laptop and one sweatshirt and you have no room.
Yeah. Well, there's too much space in there, so I like abuse it. Yeah. And so it's stuffed with shit. Remember when I brought those coasters with serial killers on them?
Yes.
They're still in there since.
Yeah.
I haven't taken them out. There's no place for them.
You got to clear it out.
There's no place for those coasters.
There's a place. In a drawer somewhere.
In a drawer.
People will get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, like it's funny, like the same way that like my mom or whatever would be like, oh, I cleared out my bag, like my purse or whatever. Like it felt so good. Like I feel that way about backpack clearings too, but I just have trouble parting with stuff sometimes. I'll be like, oh, my set notes from 3 months ago, like I might need those. Like I'm just going to keep that in here.
Yeah.
And it's like I've written on the back of an old check. It's just like accumulating.
I have stuff like that. Vic will be like, do you need this? Do you still need this? And I don't, but I don't want to throw it out.
I know.
Because I want to be part of the documentary one day. It's like I need this. I have this printout for this bit that I do, and I always just reprint it. But I just want to keep some of them just because I'm like, oh, that show I enjoyed the show when I used that piece of paper.
Right, and also things evolve so slowly that like a year later a thing will be so different and you don't remember. So like having the old thing to occasionally look at, maybe even if it's just once, potential value. But yeah, like I'll have 6 cords in the bag and I'm like, I might need all these. What I need to do is be like, okay, let's specifically look at which ones you need and don't need so that this way you'll actually be able to find it. And then I need to find a space for the things that I might need that don't need to be in my backpack. That's just what we should do. Next LYNCH.
Yeah, I'm running out of space. I have 3 places that I can store my wires and stuff. One is my bedside table, which I clear out maybe once or twice a year. It's recently been cleared out, so it's very empty, and it doesn't need that stuff to be in there. That should just be for passport, nothing else. And then I have under the bed storage, which has like all my microphones and things that I've collected over the years. That's filled. Can't put anything there. Third spot is the shoe rack, which Victoria uses a lot, and I just stuff stuff in there. And she's
in the shoe rack?
We have this shoe rack shelf. You pull them out, and there's like shoes inside, and you can fold them in. And there's a top little shelf not for shoes, and I stuff all my notebooks and my printouts and my little journals in there. She doesn't like that too much. That's valid.
Yeah, it's fair.
It's fair.
Yeah, like Hill Dog on the way out, because we were recording early this morning, so she was here still when we started. And she was like made a comment about how all of our stuff is out, which is not true, by the way. But also like I have a shoot today. So like I have to make sure that like I gather all the stuff I need before because I'll forget something. Like it's very easy to forget stuff. So, you know, I need all the cards and the batteries and the fucking this and the that. So, you know, whatever.
Yeah. I'm my apartment to Victoria said last night, like everything's everywhere. And I too was like, it's not real, but like, you know, everyone's got their own, they see what they see. And this morning, this is just me saying yes to too many things. I have a mic that I'm going to at 9:00. After we're done recording today, I'm going to New York to shoot Man on the Street stuff. And I'm going to go home for maybe an hour to eat. But Victoria was like,
the same day as me.
Victoria was like, she's like, Ryan, can you do a load of laundry today? And like, perfectly normal ask. That's my responsibility is to do the laundry. And I was like, of course. But I know that I don't have time to do it. So I'm going to have to find a way to do it, knowing that it is impossible to do it because I can't say no.
You can say no, bro. You have to, because dude, there's nothing worse than being up too late because of laundry. That is the worst waking up feeling fucking zonked in history, because you're just sitting there. You're not even doing anything. You're just waiting. It sucks, dude. Like, that is the worst way to not be rested. Don't do it to yourself, bro.
Yeah.
Because you're going to end up doing that. You're going to end up doing the late night laundry, and it's going to fuck you.
I might have to shoot her with I can't earlier in the day, as opposed to at night being like, sorry, I didn't get around to it. Just because I know now I can't do it.
Yeah,
I should have just said no. Got to work on that.
Dude, if I unpack what my editing routine looks like, I sit down, I plug in all my stuff, plug in my drive, and then I go and grab my Lucy's, throw it in. Right now I got the wintergreen in. I like having them for a podcast. I love having them on edit. If I'm sitting down to use my brain, Lucy is a wonderful addition to the process. Yeah, like I said, I have the wintergreen in right now. These are the 8 milligram. They have the 4, 8, and the 12. The breakers are also really fun. Basically has like a fun little ball in there that you can burst. Has a fun little capsule in there that can be broken to release some flavor and hydration, just to keep you feeling good. Love it all. But the Lucy, man, it is a crucial part of my routine, and I really enjoy it. So if you're looking for a solid nicotine pouch situation, 100% pure nicotine, no tobacco ever. And it's also sweet because you can get a subscription. So you won't find yourself running to the store when they're out of them or whatever. Lucy is where it's at. By far my favorite, and highly recommend.
Yeah, we love Lucy. Keep Lucy in your pocket. Let's level up your nicotine routine with Lucy. Go to lucy.co/oops and use promo code oops to get 20% off your first order. Lucy has a 30-day refund policy if you change your mind. Again, that's lucy.co and use code oops to get 20% off. And here comes the fine print. Lucy products are only for adults of legal age, and every order is age verified. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Lynch, I love cooking, but I don't have the time to go shopping, to prepare all the ingredients, to figure out the specific amounts I need of different things. And I also find myself uninspired. It's hard to pick what to eat, which is why I love HelloFresh. It arrives and it's like, okay, today I'm making this, tomorrow I'm making that. All the ingredients that you need specifically portioned out, so you don't even have to think about it. And it makes it easy to arrange the different elements of the dish at the same time. So like hearty steak and potatoes. I'm cooking potatoes. I'm preparing the steak. The winter chicken orzo dinner, one of my favorites. There's times where I'm making rock shrimp tempura, and I'm cooking all these things that I would never normally be cooking, or that I would never think to cook. And it's amazing and freeing and fun. And it takes half of the time. It probably even takes less than that, because that is the most difficult part of the process, in my opinion, is gathering the right amount of things and preparing them in order to cook. But all the prep work is completely done for you and ready to go. And dude, HelloFresh, truly where it's at.
Yeah, we love HelloFresh. Their lineup of prep and bake meals come together with minimal mess and only 5 minutes of prep, so your oven does most of the work and you're not. So we appreciate that. And also, once again, the HelloFresh's 15-minute meals are done in just 3 simple steps, so you can eat better this year without all the hassle. Sometimes you don't have time to be in the kitchen all night, but you want to eat something healthy and tasty. That's what these meals are for. Exactly. I fully endorse those ones. They really help me out when I'm in a pinch. Get up to 10 free meals and a free high-protein item for life at HelloFresh.com/oops10fm. 1 item per box with active subscription. Free meals applied as discount on first box. New subscribers only, varies by plan. That's up to 10 free HelloFresh meals. Just go to HelloFresh.com/oops10fm. Julio, it's HelloFresh, America's #1
meal kit.
Boom.
You know what? I want to do this now that you're mentioning this. I have a bowl out there that has my stuff in it.
Yeah.
Hillary says there's too much stuff in it. Okay, so this is the bowl that I've been accused that has too much stuff in it. So let's go through it and see if we actually need it. Keys, standard.
Could you hold it up just a little higher? Perfect.
Obviously, we need these keys.
Before you even go into the contents of it, is this your bowl?
Yes.
Does she use it too?
This is mine.
But it's out there.
Yes.
Okay.
So this will be helpful to decide, and we'll actually do it right now. Because I quickly looked at this bowl yesterday and decided that this stuff all needed to be in here, which surely is not the case.
Okay.
So keys. The sick, shout out to Zach, my manager, the sick Wimbledon bottle opener, very sleek situation.
Mm-hmm.
These obviously need to be in here. This is same shit like you do. This is the exact thing you were saying. I now have a thing that I read in my new set, like as part of a bit. This is it right now. I'm going to need this on when I do my next show on the road, which is soon. So I'll leave that there. Now we start to get into fringe. These are Home Alone trading cards.
Important Kevin McAllister.
This is important. This is cool. It's a collector's item. I did this like random YouTube show where the dude lets you sort of unpack a random deck of cards. So there's a few of these. This is the house, which is actually near where Hillary grew up. This is in Wilmette, I believe.
That's probably why you threw it in the bowl.
Highland Park. Yeah. So yeah, maybe it is. So I think these can probably go elsewhere.
Yeah, may I see them?
Yes, you may.
While we assess.
Altoids, these need to be here.
Yes, definitely. Easy access.
So then I have sort of like chapstick equivalents, but I have two different ones because I feel like that makes sense to have two different ones in there, right?
Yeah. You take one, and I think just as we keep going,
Now,
we can further assess. Let's see what's in the bowl. I don't really want to give judgments yet because maybe
wallet,
yeah.
AirPods,
Okay.
old AirPods.
Okay.
I'm going to provisionally just put these on the we do not need them in here list. This is a card from the person who helped me open the bank account for my charity.
Thank you. Next.
That.
You get an Ariana Grande for that.
And Ariana. This is a foreign coin of some sort. Chile doesn't seem like. There's supposed to be an area for foreign coins. I just don't know where it is. I don't remember where the little receptacle is.
You have a dedicated space for them?
Yes. And I looked yesterday and I couldn't find it after looking for 5 minutes. And I was like, this isn't a good use of time. So we're going to put this over here for now, but we need to find the place for it. Charger. I feel like that's
an up-to-date charger?
yeah.
Okay.
USB-C. This is an old charging cord that looks like a rat was gnawing on. This is garbage.
This is healthy.
Rubber band. We need this sometimes, right? Not really?
No, you do need it, but I just don't know if that's yeah.
Do we need it though? For like the setup.
No, I think the tape works better.
Okay.
Unless I'm using too much tape each week.
Garbage. Another tennis bottle opener doesn't need to be in there.
No.
Because the keys are already in there. This can go in the drawer. Then we have Lil Young Big's prop earrings.
When's the last time you whipped those out?
It's occasionally.
Okay.
But like they don't need to be in there. We then have this marker.
No.
No.
Unless there's something. Yeah, I'm sorry. I keep wanting to comment. Well, you got to see everything first, and then we can break down.
And then we can just agree whether or not I've siphoned this off properly. This is an inspirational thing, which I've written on the back of a check, which I do want to keep in here, as insane as that looks. We then have a set list from see, this is one of those things. I'm like, oh, I did that one here. Okay.
Yeah. BBC.
Can't part with it. You literally.
I just saw BBC.
Yeah.
You can cut that.
No, it's okay. And then another foreign coin. Then we have the Monger's Palette cheese shop checklist, which, by the way, I don't actually like using these at small businesses. I don't need free shit. I'm supporting your small business. I have 10. Can I have a sandwich? It's one guy. The guy who owns it is working at the counter. I'm throwing this away.
I am fascinated by some of the things that you just are so against. Being a herd.
Well, oh yeah. But like bro, it's a small business. Like, I don't need the free sandwich. I'll support you. Even if, this is the pain specialist.
Yeah,
Will I be able to remember that he exists?
Don't you have his contact info on your phone? Or you have a way to get in touch with him? Take a picture of it.
I might just forget the name. Yeah, and then pain. I can just search pain. Garbage. Okay, then we have a flash drive.
You gotta keep it.
Gotta
Can't
keep
throw it
but
out.
It doesn't need to be there. 2 lighters. There's lighters everywhere in this apartment. They don't need to be in the thing. And then this is actually funny.
Can you hold the microphone just a little closer?
Sorry. This is the card that I made when I officiated Ricky's wedding. Giulio the Big Cat Gallerati, upscale wedding efficient. You do the smooching. I do the paperwork. But but it's really down on its. I must have a copy of it somewhere. The template.
Yeah.
Let's see. Actually, let's search. This is what this exercise is for.
Is there anything else in the bowl?
That's it. Oh, there's a Anthem Awards pin.
Pins, ball markers, flash drives, coins.
Junk.
Those are the things that I wonder where they belong. And so when you don't know where something belongs, you throw it in the bowl and you forget about it.
Yep.
Because it's I'll figure out where to put it later.
And then it accumulates.
And now that we're doing this, I don't know where those should live.
Totally.
A flash drive, a miscellaneous flash drive. Do you know what's on it?
No, but I have a flash drive area somewhere.
Okay.
I just don't remember.
It's crazy how flash drives find a way to stay in very accessible areas, even when you haven't used them for years.
I know. That is true.
For years. I have an SD card that came with my GoPro years ago inside that case, and it is a shitty SD card, and I refuse to throw it out. Why? Why don't know. Why don't know is me quickly saying, I don't know, and why don't know. Why don't I know?
I don't know the answer. Well, I don't know.
But it ends up in the bowl.
I'm going to reassemble the bowl. The charger goes in the bowl.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wallet goes in the bowl. Altoids go in the bowl. Anything that I'm going to take with me when I leave the house goes in the bowl. AirPods in the bowl. Which, by the way, I got my AirPods fixed yesterday. I felt very accomplished.
That's great.
Yep.
At the store?
There was a tiny little thing in the port that I had been trying to remove it. I couldn't get it out. I went. They fixed it. Boom. Didn't even make an appointment. The two separate.
Is the pink one glossier?
Yes.
Okay.
It gives me a little shade.
Okay.
So they actually serve slightly different purposes.
That's essential.
This is the thing for my set, which I need. Inspirational quote, which I feel like I need. This I maybe don't need to put in the bowl. This old set.
Uh-huh. I think that the keys definitely go in there. I think maybe we need to find a folder or a binder or a planner or something to put some of these loose, folded, crumbly papers. Not necessarily the set list. That seems like something like you're actually going to.
This is not a set list. This is the thing I
Oh,
read.
that's part of your. That's
My act.
Yeah, that's part of your act. That
This
should
is the
definitely
set
stay.
list.
The set list. That's a sentimental set list,
No,
or is that a current set
it's
list?
more of a like utility set list, just like as a reference. Like what did I
It's
do?
like an index.
What did I do a couple weeks ago? I have a little bag in my backpack that has my QR codes and a couple notebooks and this kind of stuff. I can just throw it in there.
Mm-hmm. If you're using that for reference a lot lately,
I'm not.
I'd keep it in the bowl. But the inspirational thing that you wrote, I feel like maybe you should find a more visible place for that, because it looks like the message that you wrote is crumbled inside of it.
I know, but this is one where I'm like, just trust me.
Okay.
Even though I agree with you, you are right. I'm getting demerits for this, but trust me.
You get two trust me's.
Okay, that's the only one.
And you do whatever you want, but I think you have two. Doesn't matter. It's staying.
Yeah.
Those AirPods though.
Yeah, the old AirPods are toast. This marker, why does it have stuff stuck to it? Ew.
That's it.
It's actually garbage. Love
Okay,
it.
that's great.
Love it. The AirPods can go somewhere else. I don't think we need to throw them out.
Never.
The earrings can go somewhere else. The flash drive can go with the flash drives. This can go in a bottle opener area.
Mm-hmm.
I'll find the foreign currency
That's a
area.
great place for it.
And this card I'm going to keep somewhere because I don't think we have an email correspondence. I need to remember who she is.
Where are you going to keep it?
I'll take a picture of it. I'll search for Citizens Bank. Get your code, call LYNCH.
And then these cards too.
Guys, this is a great exercise. Highly recommend it.
I'll bring my bedside table drawer. I'll pull it right out of the table. Next week we can go through it.
Yeah, we should. We should go through your backpack potentially. If you want. All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed this exercise. I know I did. Moral of the story, clean out your shit because it's disgusting to
Spring
not.
cleaning.
Spring cleaning. April showers, bring May flowers.
Do you think Hill Dog is did she comment on the bowl?
She always comments on the bowl.
Do you think that she will notice that there's less clutter in there?
Yes,
You think she will notice?
I do. We'll
Okay.
see that for sure. I'm going to go throw this shit out. Come see me in DC, Boston, and Charlotte in May, June, and July. I'm trying to add a couple more cities as well. Let me know where you want to see me. Watch my special, comment on it, subscribe to my YouTube channel, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Oops the Podcast, at Oops the Podcast, oopsthepodcast@gmail.com. Lynch.
April 23rd, Steam Room Etiquette improv show. My first improv show at St. Mark's Comedy Club. That address, it's in the basement. More details on my Instagram story at Ryan is Really Polite. And for future shows, check me out there. And also check me out on the Wave Instagram and TikTok account. I am fiscally incentivized for those videos to do well. So if you just check them out, that would help me a lot and it'd make me happy.
You want Lynch to be happy.
Thanks. Have a good one, guys. We'll see you next week.